Happy days. Right.
It's close, isn't it?
A little bit, isn't it? Okay, right, so Max and Patch here from LRT, and the other day we did, I say the other day, literally was Sunday just gone, we did National Rifle League or NRL Hunter UK. First time we've ever done it. At Orion Rifle Firearms Training up in North Wales. Fantastic.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
We did the team skills. So we have rifles that they're too heavy for NRL Hunter for us to actually compete. So we thought, let's just go up there. We'll use it for what actual NRL was set up for, was training for hunting. You know, we will train it and shoot it the way you want to shoot it. We like doing team shoots. We like doing, you know, more of the sort of practical side of shooting. So we thought, let's set up as we would with a spotter and a shooter, you know, with a rifle and a support rifle, you know, using the gear that we like using. So that's what we did, and we ended up placing all right. Like in the team skills, we came second, which was good for the first time out. Unfortunately, it was literally I worked out. It would have been 2 first-round impacts we would have needed, and then we would have equalled the top guys. Obviously, 1 more impact and we would have won, or even a second-round impact we would have won. But yeah, as I said, we're out there just to train. We're not too fussed, but we had a good time.
Yeah, 100%. And like you say, we're out there to train. Like these NRL, we're well overweight for them. Our rifles are well overweight. They're set up for the military style competitions or sniper competitions, as you would in America. And that's what they're using them to train for. Sort of your Mammoth 27, your Chaos Concepts, things like that. So yeah, it was a great training day. Fun day. The course of fire was fantastic. So shout out to Chris, match director. He was really, really, really nice guy. Annoyed that we went up the hill a lot more times than everyone else, but it's just where the cookie crumbles. But it was, it was absolutely fantastic day. Lots of learning points, as you'll see now, as we do our live debrief, which is good. And sort of the debrief itself is one thing that we labour on. No matter if it's a training day for us, if we're training clients, on the drive back, we'll actually break it down, debrief what went well, because everyone can high five and be like, oh yeah, I came second, it's fantastic. But actually, when you break it down, there's a lot of mistakes here that we pulled out, just literally spitballing, wasn't it, on the drive back. So to actually have the opportunity to dive into it and use this footage, which we had an Insta360 from Sean at Optics Warehouse. So shout out to Sean and Optics for supporting us as always. But yeah, this just enabled us to get the most out of this training opportunity at Orion, and it was absolutely beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, so like Patch has already said, what this video is us going through the footage from that competition. We've got every stage apart from one where our Insta360 ran out of battery, unfortunately.
That was the best stage.
It was not necessarily the best stage, but it was a stage where some cool things happened, but didn't capture them, so hey, they didn't happen. But incredible training aid. You could throw that Insta360 down. That's pretty much how we'd run it. Patch would run up, chuck it down, I'd be setting up, we then get a glass, and then afterwards, when you're looking through the footage, you could just, I want to look at that, I want to look at that. Awesome. But anyway, let's jump in. So the first video I've got here is, I think it was stage 2?
Yeah.
Oh no, here we go. First stage of the day.
No, the first stage of the day was stage 4 for us.
Here we go. Right.
So this was stage 4.
So, cool. Let's have a look.
Clear number 4, marking first position. Orange square, as you know, for the other stages.
What's that, sorry?
Orange square, orange square. Same reference point as all the others. You've got a 4 on it. I can't take
on glass pretty quickly, which is good.
Yeah, I wasn't timing it there, but I suppose 18 seconds I was on glass.
Okay, 4. Yeah, I've got first pig.
Yeah, Roger, actually setting up.
First pig, 305. Bring me on. Okay, fine. So come to the where the feed bin was. In between the left and the right arc, you've got this little white spot just on the track.
Happy, mate.
Literally just come down, you see the orange.
Yeah.
Just above that, at 12 o'clock, you see the first pig, or at least one of the pigs.
First pig. And then 300 metres.
It's not bad talking.
Okay, I've got the other one.
I got second.
Yep, 375, I've got that one out. 376.
375, so we've got 300, 375.
Okay, so I'm going to start building position, mate. Pick a point, okay, halfway up the hill. And
Two positions.
One from here, one from there.
Yeah.
Happy? Confirm that, alright? First target from here, second target.
You have found the right targets.
What's that?
You have found the right targets.
Just confirming first position, this flag, second
So
position.
that is first position, yeah.
Thank you, alright.
I
think it's important to check with the RO. Like we found it on Mammoth that sometimes like people would be scared to ask the RO questions. I think just taking that literal 2 seconds to say, yeah, just confirm, just so we don't mong it.
That was it. Like before we were heading up, I was looking on YouTube and stuff, and I was like, oh, tips and tricks and things, and that was a massive one that people kept saying was speak to the ROs. Like the ROs can answer yes or no questions. These ROs were actually overly helpful, but I suppose because we were on team skills, we weren't competitive, they were happy to kind of chat a bit more, I guess. But that was literally it. Anything we could say, is that the first target? Is that the second target? Positions wise, things like that, just so we were happy. And they'll either go, yeah, no, or they won't say anything. But hey, you haven't lost anything.
It's worth an ask, isn't it?
Yeah, we were in position quite quick there. You can see, because I've seen all of these videos, this one we're a little bit clunkier, but it was literally first one of the day, first ever NRL stage. So
Hold set hot, just straight down middle. Yeah, send out. Impact. Okay, next.
That's one thing that, as we'll see the videos progress, is the fact that we bought a spot and scope and didn't use binos like some pairs was game changing. And if there was an awkward layers, we had the vortex impact on top. So like we knew we were covered on all bases there.
Mate, on some of these videos, it makes me laugh so much because it'll be like you'll whack out the spot and scope. Obviously, you've got vortex impact on it. Everything's co-aligned, so you could just like point and click, and it'll tell you exactly what it was. And you're like out, binos out, and then it just looks hilarious. We've got spot and scope with the laser on, and then you're just like digging around for your binos.
Yeah, but for fine range engage, you go largest to smallest.
Yeah, mate, 100%.
I wouldn't ever get a spot and scope out and go straight to that because your field of view's that. Whereas I'd set the spot and scope up, good to go, binos out, so then I've gone eyes, binos, then to the next one, spot and scope.
And honestly, that is like a massive tip. You're looking for something, not just in this, but just in observing anything. Go massive field of view with some mag, and then just like glow it down. You don't never want to pull out something ultra fine and then try and glass with something that's like a small field of view with loads of mag. You'll spend forever looking for stuff.
Okay, 1.3. We'll be touching distance from there, haven't I?
So, yes, mate.
Three minutes 30 there.
I actually can't remember this
3 minutes
one.
there, yeah?
It was the pigs, wasn't it?
Did you find you use your red dot much?
On glass?
On a couple of them, but to be fair, mate, I found getting behind, and all the targets were relatively close and they're very easy.
Okay, next target in.
Like
No, it's only one.
every target seemed to have a very like prominent reference point.
Yeah, it made me laugh. Like you'd hear people chat and be like, I spent like half my time glassing, and it's like, well, they're right next to a stage number, so find that bright orange stage number on the green background and you're in and around that position, aren't you?
I think that pig one, so this one was like a pig and at like 305, and then there was a pig at like 375 up the hill, and people struggling to find that other one. Don't get me wrong, it was a little bit cheeky.
It was a bit cammed out, wasn't it, where it was darker and like the shadow was in.
But I think the only reason it was hard to find, really, is because all of the other stage throughout the day, the targets were so close to the stage marker. So it was like, that was the only one that was actually far away.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit scanning the search and we found it.
One move on. Just one move on. One move on. Yeah. Cheers.
And you can see there our inexperiences for the concept. We kept throughout the day being like, is it just one to move on? Yeah. And then annoyingly with this video, we can pretty much probably stop it in a minute because, well, we can skip to when you jump on because we're covered by that Christmas tree. Yeah.
Hey, it's festive.
Yeah.
Right.
I must say though, like having the opportunity to take the 360 up is like this footage is golden for learning opportunities.
So there you go. So you just heard there my watch. So we set up with Patch was doing overall time and I was doing pretty much half of the time, so we could get an idea of what was going on. But as you can see, my watch went there, which was like half the time. However, Patch throughout the day made some class calls to be like, no, Max, stay on, because you're only like,
seconds away
from taking a shot. And it meant that it kind of worked with, we have to glass a bit. So that ate into my time, but then also it just meant that everything stayed nice and relaxed. Impact.
And then impact, yeah. Yeah, I definitely found that, like, because obviously Like Max isn't going into glass straight away. Like I go into glass. Like that is my job as number 2. I'll go straight in and on glass, whereas Max goes straight in build position and then secondary glass. In that time that he's built his position, hopefully I found all the targets and I can just walk him on. But sometimes it wasn't the case. But so that will eat into his time. So I was quite confident in the fact that yeah, Max's time is gone. However, like it happened a couple of times where he's like, right, I'm getting up, time's gone. And I was like, no, stay in position, just take the shot. Because yes, it would go an extra 30 seconds in, but then when I get down behind my rifle, because I've found all the targets, I know where they are, so I don't have that initial, oh fuck, where is it sort of thing. So I'm just straight down onto rifle, onto reference point and bring me on. I thought that worked really well.
Yeah, and if anything, like I've already found part of the solution for like the wins, you know. I've got 6.5, we're both running wind dots the same for both of us, both 4 mile an hour, so whatever I hit on, he's going to be hitting on the same, obviously apart from elevation, so it was handy, it worked well.
Hello, Doro.
You are, Gaff, crack on. Keep going unless I tell you otherwise, gents.
Roger that. Moving back. Okay, happy the first one, find the orange, just the 12 o'clock of the orange.
Yeah, 300 metres.
Okay, straight up on both. On glass. Impact. Okay, slightly left of centre, but it was pretty good. Okay, moving on.
Roger, I've got second one.
Yeah, on glass.
2.4.
Impact on the ass.
Oh no, I've fired it from here. Should have moved. Then again, that's our inexperience going into play. There's 2 targets there and I've just shot at both. So our NRL, one of the formats is 2 positions, 2 targets. Hit to move on. So like if you're down in position 1 and you engage target 1 and you hit, happy days, you move on to the next position. Yeah, so on that one there, I shot both targets from the first position. Luckily rectified it, so technically out of sequence there, that's what you call out of sequence. I've realised quite quickly, and then I've just sprinted across past the Christmas tree to position 2.
Yeah.
Use the bag, you need the elevation, unless you've got the triple pull. If you want to tripod rear, let me know. Spot, use the bag. Yep.
Yeah, that Christmas tree is so perfectly placed.
Right, you see the footage though here, like it's going, like the clarity of it.
1 minute.
Max will put like a little thing on the screen now to show where the targets roughly are, but they're up sort of this forward facing slope, which is quite cool. Sounds so good, doesn't it?
Cool, that was the end of that one.
So that was stage 1. So stage 1 jitters. At least we didn't do what we'd done on Mammoth and got 0. So yeah, we hit full points on this one, which was good.
With an extra as well. Obviously didn't count, but hey, we hit everything.
I was just checking dope. Sure. But yeah, stage 1 was good. Nervous jitters out of the way. The RO was fantastic. As Max said, we were shooting open skills division, team skills, which we don't technically get scored on. And if you want, you can ask for help. We didn't ask for help throughout the whole thing. We made it sort of clear to the ROs that we were still sort of here to get the training benefit. But no, yeah, it was really, really good. Really well thought out stage, I thought, by Chris, because having that far bore, like I was saying a minute ago, it was in the bowl, so it's like a lot darker. So like a lot of people didn't actually see it. A lot of the other hunters didn't actually see it. So it was a really cool stage to shoot, I thought.
Awesome. First gun and running deer.
That one. Yeah,
that
this one.
Cool.
Second crater. 1/5 left, second crater. Yeah, so that's left of arc. Okay, cool. And then right of arc, you see.
Okay, fine. So we may as well explain this stage quick. So it was 4 positions, 1 target. There was a deer out there at 574 or around that, 570, just over 570. Just 1 target. Nice, quite a big size. But it was 4 positions, and they were all sort of down the hill. Maybe I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 10 meters in between each one. So it was a case of just build a position, shoot, move, build a position, shoot, move. And it was tough for time, as you'll see on this. But it was like a bit of a dash. Obviously, the positions weren't a given. The first one was like a nice, easy prone, and the rest of them were all very improvised positions.
So that's left of arc. Okay, cool. And then right of arc, you see the porta cabin in front of us? Porta cabin, yeah. Yeah, so come bright green foliage. Yeah. Come to the left-hand edge of that. Yeah. Left of arc. Okay, right, left, son. Yeah, stag on. Okay, cool, bring me on. Got triangle. So come axis. Yeah. Come up from axis, you've got
orange there, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
stag in.
You can see that triangle really nicely where that stag is.
5-4-3.
Stag.
Target stag.
5-4-4, 5-4-3.
Four minutes 40 there,
Literally.
mate.
I think one thing like that I'm still taking from Mammoth is not trusting that vortex impact.
Yeah,
Because like as much as we're not running around with it, it's still strapped inside my pack and we are moving.
Yeah.
Like I'll range it with the vortex impact because I'm basically giving you the range and the solution so you can crack on with data. I want to double check it with my SIG kilos because I trust SIG kilos. So I'll get a ping with the vortex impact, be like, okay, do I trust that? And then I'll double check with SIG kilos.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Because you can't look directly down, it is difficult. And we had it on Mammoth where it shifted and it just throws off all of your confidence. So, but yeah, it's funny even now using LRF, balancing on top of another LRF. Funny.
Still in position. Rapido. Okay, you're glassing, mate. Do you mind grabbing my bag out?
540, mate, not 440, alright?
440.
540.
Oh, yeah, I got 4. Yeah.
Mind grabbing your what?
Grab my bag.
Yeah, because you said 440 here. So you said 440, I said 540, and I was like, well, I need to double check. It's 540.
540.
Yeah,
540, sweet. Confirm 540.
That's interesting. On here, on your data card, do you write anything on it?
I wasn't bothering. A, because when we set up, you showed me and there's, I'm going to write down because you're first on, you've got time. So that, we said it when we were on the stage, we were like, we're going to get so used to working with each other that if we had to do it individually, we'd probably mess up on the things that the other person used to do. Yeah. So like, for example, target management and stuff like that was kind of your bag at that initial place. We were both glassing, your focus was glassing, me was set up, but also confirm glass. But then also was a case of like target management, multiple targets, multiple ranges. You were kind of jotting them down whilst I was then getting my rifle ready. And then as soon as we were both set, it was then go straight through. So like we were working really well together, but I think that is where we would both fall down if we, do you know what I mean?
And we didn't even plan it.
No.
Like, it just fell into place, which was quite nice. Because before, as soon as I finish glassing and Max ready to shoot, I'll basically have a Chronograph pen and I'll just note on my data card, I've got a clear column and I'll just put 1, 2, 3, 4 of exactly what targets are. At what distance, so then I can just sing them straight to Max. If he's got any questions, I can just literally double check, send it.
Yeah, I mean, you won't have a Chronograph pen. I'll have one, I'll have to give it to you.
Yeah, probably.
And Ryan Charlton.
Yeah, Ryan Charlton, yeah.
Okay, this is going to be a fucking awkward one.
Yeah, in hindsight,
There,
looking at that position, I'm like on the flag. There was no need. I could have gone left where it was completely flat. I think it was like a little bowl, like not bowl, but it was like a little kind of gutter. I'm like half on the gutter, so I should have just gone and moved left a metre and I would have been fine.
Spot her up.
Oh yeah, double feed.
Yeah, double feed, brilliant. Just what you want in there.
That's right, calm down. Oh, there you go. Just go with that.
3-8, okay, I'm going to favour right.
Yeah, roger that, favour right. Yeah, impact. Next position. Are you happy if I leave shooter there?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I'll grab it. Come on, go shoot with me.
Ooh, what a lovely one, eh?
That there, because the reason I asked him there, because I was going to leave it there and just follow you down and then run back and grab it. But then instantly I thought, well, the way the stage set out, Max would shoot all 4 positions and then he'd move away from the start point. So then I thought straight away, I was like, well, I kind of need my shooter there because as soon as he finishes that 4th position, I'd jump straight down, as we'll see.
One, eh? Oh, look at that bad boy. Okay, fine. One leg low.
Yeah, this one was like pucker in a gutter. They placed the flag, so it was a very awkward position. I can't remember what I did. Obviously, annoying, tough to grasp.
Yeah.
But I think I set up maybe like a high prone with maybe a tripod rear, or maybe I just shot off the tripod.
You had tripod, and then I came in at tripod rear.
Okay, so I was just clipped into the tripod. We didn't bother with tack tables and stuff like that. We just clipped in everything. Didn't really feel a need for a tack table.
No, I don't feel like we were at a disadvantage.
I'll put it back, yeah, moving. 3 minutes there. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, outside. A little bit longer.
I think one for the next one, I need to try and make sure I've got free hand to grab the Insta 360, just to bring it down, if we are moving away from it.
Yeah, I think the only other way would maybe be putting it on, like attaching it to the spotting scope or attaching it to the tripod, because that always comes with you.
Yeah.
You'd end up with that Francis border looking down at your face while you're spotting. I was hoping because we're far away from the ROs here, maybe they'd say something and we'd like capture it on camera. I'm like, oh, these boys are doing something, yeah. But
Not what they sound like, is it?
that's exactly what they sound like.
This is third position, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, third.
It's like an awkward height, this one. Like you had to either had double pull sky pod, or you had to get in a low tripod. Obviously, Max was using the tier 1 tacks. They're high, but not that high.
Yeah, they're not low though. They're higher than Harris. I mean, they probably go to about that, which is. I mean, I didn't feel like I was at a disadvantage. There was times I was like, oh, I wish I had a bit more elevation, but I never felt like, I can't do this at all. I think my position wasn't that great, so I think I just winged over the top. Oh, the clock bell.
Absolute flyers from Trumpy's rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, and this last one again was like a modified prone, so it was like it was that awkward height where it's too low to just sort of set up in a. Well, I mean, you could set up in a tripod standing if you wanted to, but we were fighting for prone, everything we could. Always wanted to try and get as low as physically possible. So I think I ended up with like fully extended bipod, and I was like mega close to the ground. But then I think I needed a tripod rear, and I think I need to practice more on tripod rear because I was just trying to fudge some positions. Felt stable enough, but you can feel stable and still wing a shot because you're not stable enough.
Was that 2 misses there?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was.
The 2 misses. Yeah, you can't zoom in, unfortunately. Yeah, 2 misses. Oh, mate, that did go away then. Didn't realise.
Beer's still running across Orion, mate.
That's it. Cool. And then what happened was on this one was the idea. Obviously, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, but there was nothing to say that you couldn't then do 4, 3, 2, 1, because some people then coming back and then going down again. So obviously wasting time. So we thought, well, we'll just start from 4 and then just move our way back. Or at least that was the plan.
Okay, were you favouring right? Yeah. Okay, don't favour right.
Oh, I remember that. I remember you hit that deer. Literally, it was like bang on its arse.
On its arse.
So I was like, oh god, wind's completely dark. Wind was strange there because up on it was basically a big bowl up on the feature, like the wind was sort of gusting up to like 20 mile an hour, and for here, if you were taking it off of where the wind was coming from, it would be full value, 15 mile an hour. But down here in this bowl, you couldn't feel any of it, but we were always worried that as soon as we shoot out, especially past these trees and into that bowl, it's going to catch the wind as it's flying through the air, and then it's going to deflect, and it would be a struggle. But honestly, for the entire day, our wind hold was favour right edge. That was it for everything.
Yeah,
like, no matter where we were, favour right edge, and it worked. So it was, yeah, sweet.
Okay, get on. It's good for elevation. Last. Okay, left. Good for elevation. I'll grab you back. Go.
Yeah, that's where we're close for time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just.
Get in it. I did tripod of this one, mate. Get on.
Okay, stop. Time, guys.
Time.
So I wonder where we could have made up more time there. Maybe getting on target quicker initially, like me setting up quicker. And maybe I suppose because there was a faff obviously trying to build those positions, but obviously you don't know what the position is going to look like to get there. But
That's it. And we were like, as we said at the start, we were fighting for prone. That's like one thing we wanted to do. I guess on this one, it was like set up against you. And maybe if we just done tripod standing or tripod kneeling all the way along.
Yeah, that's true.
Would have been quicker, just clip straight in, because you could just run forward with it clipped in, straight down, you're on, send it sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. And then I suppose could have just jumped up. We could have, I suppose we could have just done like tripod kneeling, clipped in, moved forward. Next tripod comes up, tripod rear, bang. Next one, tripod bang. Yeah, because we spoke to. I remember there was other guys we were chatting to, and they were struggling to find that deer. Obviously, we found it rapid. You saw them there, like, but they were like, oh, you had 45 seconds left, like at the end of it, and we were like, how did they? So they must have had just a better plan on positions. Yeah, we were just, if we could get as low as possible, that's what we were trying to do. Cool. Right, next video.